Hey guys, Tayrock and I have partnered up to show you their super classy watches. Right now, they're running a Black Friday sale for up to 50% off, and on top of that, you can use code Nateson for an extra 10% off. The link is in the description, go check them out. The big topic right now is the state of the game, and this isn't just only about Ranked Overwatch, but also about the heroes and kind of the overall feel of the game. But right now, we're going to talk specifically about Ranked Overwatch and how bad is it really? So let's begin with my two perspectives and outlooks on competitive Overwatch. There are two different ways to play. Number one is solo queue, and number two is stacking. When it comes to solo queuing, a lot of people like to reference the coin flip method of sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's just how it goes when you solo queue. It's all going to be about, are your teammates good, are the enemies bad, or vice versa. It's a coin flip really when you solo queue. And while there definitely is a level of truth to that, I really like to look at it from what Seagull said a while ago, or at least I believe it was Seagull, who said it's like 30% of your games are automatically won no matter what you do. The other 30% are automatically lost no matter what you do. And then the last percentage of your matches are ones where you're actually fighting for a win. I think that is a very accurate way to look at solo queuing, and I've had very relatable experiences with that in my matches. So solo queue overall in my experience is awful. A lot of games just randomly go wrong. And that's where we have to really look at what is causing a game to go wrong. And I have two things, and we're going to say this before we get into like six stacking in ranked. There are two things that I see making a game go wrong. Number one are alt accounts. Now alt accounts, mind you, are different than Smurfs. I don't think there's as big of a Smurf problem as some people might bring up. Smurfs are annoying to play against because, let's be honest, they kind of stomp you and a lot of the times your teammates. Smurfs are annoying, but the big problem are alt accounts. Alt accounts are people still playing at their normal SR. So they're on a different account than their main, but still playing at the same SR, but they have a different mindset. They don't care what happens in the game. They pick what they want. They won't work with the team. Their intention of playing is not you guys winning. Their intention is them and their own version of fun. That is an incredibly dangerous mindset to have when trying to have 6 people having fun and working together on the same team. People on alt accounts I'm seeing are tending to ruin the fun of other people. And this is going into the next point I have on why solo queue is sometimes really rough. A lot of the times, games are going wrong because nobody is on tank or nobody is on heals. Usually DPS are usually taken care of, but I see way too many matches where no one wants to play heals, and if anybody, it'll be just someone filling and we have one healer, or it's vice versa with the tank. Someone is just forced to fill if anyone actually does, and now we have one tank. And these players aren't even actual healers or not even actual tanks. The game is going wrong because most people just want to play their DPS pick or their tank pick that they're comfortable with, but now they're forced on to the Ana or the Zen or the Lucio or XYZ variable situation. So how do we fix this? So for what we just talked about with the roles, having some sort of role queue or role select, which is something a lot of people have been asking for, having that is an obvious fix to the role problem. But for the other problem with alt accounts, how do you fix an alt account problem? Well, a person I met at BlizzCon, PvPX now. PvP, I thought, had a fantastic idea about taking care of these accounts where people don't care on, and that is making them unable to play competitive until they have an SMS or a cell phone attached to their account. And so these are maybe solutions to look at helping fix solo queue competitive. And so now that brings us to stack queuing in Overwatch, whether it's your 3, 4, 5, 6-man stacks. In the past, it has been very rare that I 6-stack. Like, I could count on my fingers how many times prior to season, what are we on now, 13, how many times I've actually 6-stacked. It has been so rare. But I started playing 6 stacks with your Overwatch, with Frito specifically from your Overwatch, and a couple of his friends on his Discord. And now none of us really know each other. I know Frito, but none of us really know each other. But we all got together and 6-stacked, and the mentality of everybody was completely different. We made sure we had the two tank players, the 2 healers, and 2 DPS. And people were flexible, so if someone like was a DPS player but wasn't comfortable on Widow, they could switch with someone if they needed to play tank, to let one of the tanks who happened to play, or something. Everybody had a great mentality, and there was zero toxicity. Now going back to solo queue, there is an almost absolute chance of toxicity per play session, almost per game. In my genuine opinion, the best way to play Overwatch right now is playing with a group of friends. This is so that everybody is playing a role that they like, which takes care of our queue for role issue, and you don't have to worry about having an alt account on your team where someone is just going to lock Doom or lock Widow, which seem to be the two alt account auto locks for some reason, and they never change, and it is obvious that they don't play that hero a lot on their main account. Stacking with friends in Overwatch that play different roles is so healthy for your sanity, especially after coming from so much solo queue. But there is one thing I have to warn you about, and this is just something where, from my experience, what I'm seeing when you're playing with a stack of people, so when I'm playing in like a 6 stack with some of the other YouTubers, I have found that the matches have been so incredibly difficult. There must be something in the algorithm that looks at 6 players queuing together versus, you know, whatever it finds, whether it's 3 duos, 6 randoms, or 2 3 stacks. It seems to be trying to find like the best players that currently have like the highest win rates in a current session, because seriously, the amount of times that this has happened, there's no way it's a coincidence anymore. And I think the most shocking part is the amount of alts and smurfs we are getting paired up against. And this is even showing because these smurf accounts seem to have the highest win rates always, and it can't be a coincidence that we keep getting placed against smurf accounts when we're in a 6 stack. So to start recapping, when it comes to solo queue, games might be occasionally easy, but they're also occasionally going to be instantly lost, and let's be honest, solo queue is a lot of the time no fun based on the way people act in game and what you may have to fill on when you're not comfortable with it. So now let's start to recap. How bad is ranked in Overwatch? When it comes to solo queuing, I believe ranked is very bad. When it comes to stacking with friends and you're all playing roles you want and are trained on, ranked is very good in Overwatch. Although 6 stacking can sometimes give you really hard matches, it is still a fun gameplay experience. So I'm at the point where I'd like to give you the advice of trying a 6 stack. See what it's like compared to you just duoing or solo queuing. Try a 6 stack and see how you like it. I think you'll end up enjoying the game, even though the matches will feel hard. Like I said, sorry to be the broken record, but I have to tell you that these matches can feel hard, but the gameplay experience is fun. And I'd love for you to try it and come back here and tell me what your experiences was 6 stacking versus solo queuing, because I think they will be similar to mine. Take care, everybody. See ya.